Chloe Bourgeois from Miraculous did nothing wrong. Marinette has not suffered truly in the manner of pure Chloe. Chloe is inside a void, a vacuum of love and affection. Thus, she had to become strong and powerful, a dominant personality to overcome her tribulation. What as for Marinette? She's a cheater, liar, fraud, spineless, unable to win without plot conveniences handing her the keys to victory. She is weak, as everything in the world goes her way, which is the strawman psyop used against Chloe. So, Chloe is rich and wealthy. They all are. Chloe's great wealth unfortunately comes at the cost of her emotional needs for connection with her parents, and as for her community, they are a ton of spineless sycophants. Sycophants to who? To the biased, anti-Chloe plot that favors Marinette, and to Marinette herself, and thus they gang up on Chloe. Chloe has to battle for her connection and meaning in life as everyone tries to force her to act as someone she's not, while her dad uses money power to make her go away as her mismatched needs are confused: money versus love, connection, and care. But money is what Chloe can rely on. Power is what Chloe knows she can rely on. So being the good, brave, determined girl she is, she refuses to give up on herself and fights to create a life where she wins. And get this, people hate her for playing to win. People hate her for winning a game that was rigged against her. Chloe has the right attitude, the strength, the conviction to use power, while Marinette, on the other hand, fumbles and behaves extremely unconfident, spineless, without conviction. And the plot shoehorns her victories into existence, rewarding her weak-minded behavior. She does not have to redeem herself to people who never cared about her. Adrien is the only one who showed any care for Chloe, which is why she tried to appease him, but his demands became too ridiculous as his voice became the puppet of the hordes of meaningless background characters who never showed a gram of care for the girl. These vapid, weak entities are classified as nice only because they go along to get along and are mean or even cruel to those who don't fit the mold. Kindness and care are powerful actions and decisions taken by the strong who can choose whether or not to sacrifice time and effort to help, because they have free will and are not driven by fear of ostracization to comply with some hive mind socialization scheme of social credit compliance. When Chloe is strong, she is punished for being wrong. When she tries to get the affection and care of her mother in the train episode and has the guts to follow through, the rest of the cast only condemn her as evil and reckless as they care not for her trials and tribulations. So why should she care for them as they demand? It doesn't make a lick of sense, and Sabrina should have kept licking the hotspot of Chloe's good Wi-Fi zone if you understand the lingo here, but no. The sycophant switched sides when she believed Chloe's ship was in troubled waters. Adrien, too, brainwashed and spoon-fed by Ladybug's plot armor shoehorn slop, turned his back on the best girl in the entire show. Chloe is fighting the whole goddamned world with all the resources at her disposal, and fake niece freaks try to shame her for using those resources she's blessed with. Even her strong, tough, confident, stubborn, determined, resilient personality is shamed by these fake niece freaks. She is labeled as a villain or childish, narcissistic, etc., etc. Every single buzzword that condemns her identity as a hero, fighting for her own meaning in a cruel world that cares not for her pure, kind soul. These villains can all shut the fuck up and leave this pure, kind, beautiful young girl alone. Marinette, on the other hand, has everyone praising her and bending over backwards to lick her pussy at every turn of this twisted story. They have their tongues so far up this insect girl's vagina that they're swallowing slimy larvae and choking on her voluminous, slimy insect fluids and eggs as they praise her name with their choking breaths. She could fart on the faces of half the cast in Miraculous Ladybug, and they would scream thank you, Adrien included. It's probably because she's half Chinese that she gets this special treatment. All the blonde haired, blue eyed characters, all the Aryans in the show are treated like trash by the Jews who made this filthy insect filth, featuring schoolgirls in skin tight spandex, flashing their asses in front of the viewer for a quarter of every episode. Adrian, Chloe, Gabriel, all the pure whites in this show are discriminated against and dragged through the mud by the Jews who hate them. It's clear. And Zoe is a Jew crossbreed traitor freak who dyes her hair blue and pink like a transgendered clown freak at an SJW tranny animal bastard freak parade of evil, disgusting, satanic Jewish filth. Chloe should have been pregnant with 50 babies from Adrian as God said, breed, and she bowed her head and created life between her legs. But instead, these Jews made their horrible mess of a TV show distraction from Armageddon with teenagers running around in skin-tight animal costumes looking like freaks and condemning a pure white girl who never did anything wrong to deserve this racism against her. Furthermore, I watched the Queen Mare episode of Miraculous Ladybug, and it was pure, simple rage bait that did make me rage. I threw my phone across the room after Marinette wins with a literal ass-ball as she summoned a pair of red panties, gets captured not once, but twice by the genius mastermind Chloe Bourgeois. And guess what happens? Gabriel and Tomo, the two greatest villains in the show, are seated in the audience. Tomo, a world championship fencer, and Gabriel, the literal genius mastermind who puppeteered every single villain in the show, are both watching as Cat Nigger and Lady Bitch are captured and about to lose their powers. Fortunately for them, the plot armor ass pulls are always pulled out of Marinette's Chinese ass, just like the red panties plucked out of her pussy. She could throw a sweaty, stinky used tampon in Chloe's face, and somehow the plot armor of the show would bend in her favor to manifest a knockout blow with a fucking tampon. That is basically what happens. Gabriel Agreste and the world championship fencer, Tomoe, are forced to flee the scene by a crowd of mere noobs. These are god-tier villains. In her samurai form, the Japanese MILF was slicing houses in two like sushi. Chloe, as penultime, kicked Gecko across half the city with a fucking soccer ball. What in the name of the goddess is this fucking retarded bullshit that passes as one of the most popular cartoons of the century? Tomoe should have diced them up like sushi, scaling them above penultime, which, in Gabriel's case, has been demonstrated as he sparred and escaped those plot armor teenagers multiple times. So how did he just run from a bunch of peasants? It was clearly rage bait, and Chloe Bourgeois is a beautiful, gorgeous queen. The show hates her so much that they try to make her beautiful Aryan face look like a monkey by squishing it together and making her always look consternated, like she's taking a shit on the toilet. And to further this Jewish mockery, they gave her a villain form known as Queen Banana. She is so beautiful and fuckable in the movie. She's so hot, it's not even funny. She is just sexy, breedable pussy power in the flesh. A movie star, a princess, a queen. Marinette the Chinese chink almost kisses her. Overcome with lust, she so wants to suck Chloe's tits. And what's with nerfing the bodies of these fully grown women who happen to be under the age of 18? At least in Winx Club, the magic is back. The girls are hot as fuck with full hips and fat asses. Just look at Bloom. I got superpowers just from watching that masterpiece. But in all the rest of the shows, these girls are perpetual 12-year-olds in terms of their sexual development. Princess Lena in Catch Teeny Ping is between the ages of 12 to 14, never confirmed apparently, but her ass size fluctuates from episode to episode. Sometimes she looks quite thick, and other times it's disgraceful how flat they make such a beautiful girl appear. With Queen Chloe, they don't even try outside of when she's in the ladybug costume and Adrian's watching her through the phone. Then her ass suddenly grows, and weird sexual slop occurs in the cartoon. Queen Bee does look sexy, though. The point is, the creators of the show do not give these underage girls enough love in the ass department. Their boobs usually get much better representation than ass for some reason. Lila, a great character, is absolutely disgraced by this. They give her this androgyne body with straight shoulders and small breasts, and her hips are average at best. This is a fucking crime against women. It's misogyny. Just look at Miss Bustier, who has no bust. The bitch is flat-chested and pregnant, looks like a beer belly rather than a baby. Then she snatches the sash from Chloe? What even is that freak? Chloe should have shoved a grenade in her pussy as Queen Mayor and blasted bits of Miss Beer Belly Flat chest shitface all over the place. This big fat pregnant blue bully is making fun of our sweet Chloe, hurting our pure princess, stealing the power that belongs to our princess. Chloe should rape that pregnant blue ape monster. That fat alcoholic pregnant whore should have her pussy blown to bits by Chloe's princess power girl power. Punch of justice into the pussy of darkness. All girls should have full racks and stacked asses that pop out of any cloth. These frauds with flat chests and flat asses should be gunned dead and dumped in mass graves and burnt and shat on inside this cartoon world, and girls should be pregnant. Basically all the time looking, sex with big mommy butt cheeks and juicy giant tits and fat pregnant bellies. Sexy, cute, and blessed by the goddess of fertility, freedom, and fortune. Anyway, goddess peed. Sabrina is an evil witch, a bitch, a sick goblin piece of shit, a liar, a traitor, disloyal. Lila and Chloe should have raped her together on the shitter. In the bathroom, in the stall, against the wall, they should pumped her. Use their miraculous to take her. Make her come from her pussy as they bounce on her bum. Smash her glasses off her fat face. Punch her big nose. Make her blow on their clit as they take a shit on her. Choke her with her own shirt. Make her eat her own skirt. Kiss her. Grope her. Carve their initials into her. Lila and Chloe B, Demon Girl and Queen B, so sweet and sexy, superior lesbians dominating this nerdy human calculator who should have done their homework and kept her mouth shut. You should have kept your mouth shut, bitch! Now lick our pussies on the toilet! The girls should have taken turns smashing ass until they broke the glass of this girl's glasses, forced her to do homework for all their classes, and every bathroom break, they wake her up with pussy on her face, farting, mustard gas, until they crash her with their limousine because she's a snitch who tells everything with no loyalty. Chloe Bourgeois and Lila, queens for eternity. And girls should be pregnant, basically all the time looking, sex with big mommy butt cheeks and juicy giant tits and fat pregnant bellies. Sexy, cute, and blessed by the goddess of fertility, freedom, and fortune. Anyway, goddess peed. Chloe ought to pound Zoe's pussy nonstop, hop on her sister's ass while wearing a crop top, stick Zoe's stinger inside her own pussy, pound her pussy on pussy until she's crying snot. Like that one lesbian porno with the class president and her favorite thought. Is that all you got? Zoe will scream this with tears in her eyes. Chloe just sighs, smiles, and cradles her and fucks her even harder. You're the best lesbo sister I ever could ask for. Lady bitch doesn't know this, but you're her secret nemesis. For you and me, sis, are working against this wicked Chinese antagonist. We are the real protagonists, the heroes. She's an ugly Chinese hoe. We ought to shoot her dead in the snow with a sniper rifle from 40 yards. Cops would never catch Az. Anyway, my daddy's the mayor of Paris and pays away. All trouble for innocent little Chloe never stays. Not long. Just like this song. In the girls' locker room with my little sister whom I groomed to serve my war against that Chinese whore, Zoe will have a tea party with the chink who will drink wasp poison in her tea as she didn't think that Zoe's wink of friendship was really the end. Ladybug wakes up tied up. Chloe has a strap on. Queen Bee screams, "You're scared of me now, honey. Well, you should have never messed with me. Scream my name every syllable and I just might show you mercy."